How's it going, everybody? It's Monday yet again. That means it's time for another upload. I got a really fun one today. So most of you probably don't know this, but this summer marked 10 years of myself playing disc golf, playing the sport, knowing about the sport, and enjoying it. During this summer, 10 years ago, my uncle took me out to Gifford Pinchot State Park in Dover, Pennsylvania. I played around a disc golf with my very own disc golf starter set for the first time, and I got hooked on the sport. And the rest is history. See, the other day I was thinking back on some of the discs that I used to throw in my bag. I saw an old picture of my disc golf bag from 10 years ago, and I thought, oh, I remember that disc. I remember that one. Oh, that was kind of fun. And I was like, I should recreate that bag. So what I did is I went back and I looked at all the pictures I have of my old discs and disc golf bags from around 10 years ago. And through just looking at those pictures and also just remembering, and many of the discs I still have them to this day, and in doing so I was able to recreate this bag here, which essentially is going to represent my 14-year-old self's disc golf bag. Some of it makes a lot of sense and I'm thinking, wow, okay, that was a good pick. And then other discs I'm like, interesting, what was 14-year-old Trevor thinking there? So I'm gonna give you a quick run through of the bag. This isn't another in the bag, just a quick run through of what I've picked out. I have some discs that are actually the originals from 10 years ago, and then some of them are just kind of copies of molds that I was carrying to just, try to keep it as authentic as possible. But then we're gonna take this bag, I'm gonna play 9 or 10 holes at New London here. So a really hard course, and we're just gonna see how it stacks up. I think it should be a good time. So I'll start with the putters. These are original, okay? So this is a classic blend judge and this is a classic hard judge. And I can prove to you that this one's original because if you look on the back of this one, I don't know if you can see that really well, it says first win and it is dated 5/17/14, okay? I putted with this when I won my first disc golf tournament. The first disc golf tournament I ever played in, and it's still my only win to this day on the PDGA. So that is very authentic. This one's from 9 years ago, but I've had it for a very long time, and so these are very authentic. I got this other judge around the same time. So yeah, very cool. Putters that I have in here, this KC Pro AVR, not sure if I have a picture of this one from a long time ago, but I got this. The first Christmas that I asked for a ton of discs, I got this one. This is 9 or 10 years old, and that's authentic. I'm gonna go through the authentic ones mostly. This one here, this is from the 2014 Pennsylvania State Championships. So that is, once again, an authentic one. This one is 9 years old. Used to be in my bag, very flippy Nova. And then I have 3 more discs that are actually, authentically from my old bag. This Orion LS, this is probably 8, 9, or 10 years old. Nice hyzer flip driver. This is a really fun one here. This Gateway Blaze, this is 9 or 10 years old. This used to be in my bag. Kind of overstable fairway mid-range hybrid type disc, kind of fun. And then this is my last one I have authentic. I need to, hope it blocks some phone numbers on this one potentially, but block. This is a Champ Beast. I don't know how much I'll throw this, but this was like the first Champion Beast I fell in love with. This is, I believe, 9 or 10 years old as well. This is authentic. Yeah, so those are the discs I have that are legitimately from my original disc golf bag that were like I said a billion times, 9 or 10 years old. They're very old, and those are the real deal. The rest of the discs I have are imitations of discs that I used to have. So first I have this old ESP Meteor. It's because I used to have an ESP Meteor that I lost, but it was an older run like this one, so very similar idea. I have this old Z Surge. This is another imitation. Used to have a Z Surge that looked just like this, but I found another replacement for it. This one's pretty cool that I found a replacement for. This is an Avery Jenkins T-Bird. They don't make these anymore. Used to have a red one just like this, so that'll be a pretty close comparison. I've got this Color Glow Leopard. I used to just have 2 leopards in my bag. I think I had a Pro Leopard and a Star Leopard, so I've got that. DX Shark, I kept this around for my starter set growing up, so I found a really light DX Shark because I used to be really sentimental about that. Star Wraith was a staple in my bag back then, still is today. That's an easy one. Lucid Escape. This one I had a Fusion Escape, but I have a Lucid Escape here to put in my bag. A Champ Shark 3. I used to carry a Champ Shark 3 in my bag. And then I have this R Pro Rhino. I used to carry a G-Star Rhino. That was like a very important disc for me. So that's what I've got in my bag. A lot of authentic discs from my old bag, some discs that I brought in to kind of copy the molds, but we're gonna see how we fare with 14-year-old myself's bag out at New London. Okay, we're gonna play a loop at New London. I'm not gonna play the whole course, but I think we'll get the proof of concept just from this loop. So we're gonna play holes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we're gonna hop over to 17 and 18. That'll make an 8-hole loop. I'll play some of the toughest holes on the course, really all the toughest holes on the course. We'll get a good idea about this bag. Maybe I need to go back to the philosophy that 14-year-old Trevor had to create the disc golf bag. We'll have to see. So we're starting off with hole 1 here, 395 feet. What would 14-year-old Trevor do? I think I'm gonna go with this ESP Meteor. I don't think it'll be super flippy. That might be stupid. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go ESP Meteor, try and hyzer flip it up the right side, hopefully finish left. That's gonna be the strat. Oh, it's really flippy. It is beyond flippy. Get lucky. Straight out of bounds. It is flippy. It flipped over. Dang it. Well, the good news there is I learned this Meteor flips. It's pretty sick. The bad news is I learned on a hole where the OB is immediately right. So we're gonna take that off a meter where we went out of bounds. And now I've got a tough up and down. We're going with the classic Judge. We got our work cut out for us to make bogey now. Ooh, I kind of like that. Is it short? I think a little bit short and hopefully not too right. I hope that didn't go OB again. We're fortunate we landed literally just inside of the rope. I mean, my disc is like on top of the rope. I guess we get a meter off that, and that puts us still just right outside of C1, so I could step this if I wanted. Yeah, I'll step it, why not? Ooh, look at that. That Judge still has some magic in it there. I don't know if you noticed, but I've kind of been going to this side step putt where I like pull the disc down to my side and let it out. Shouldn't work for any reason, but it kind of is lately. That's a bogey. The fun really begins now on hole 2. We've got 970 foot par 4. Bogey would be great again. We're gonna go Orion LS here. This is from Millennium Disc. This is, I don't really even know. You know what? No, I do know why I got this disc. I got this disc back in the day because I was obsessed with Innova, and a lot of the cool Innova pros had a Millennium mold or two in their bag. So I ended up with this one, and it's just a good disc. I mean, it's Innova plastic. So I should be able to hyzer flip it down the hallway. We'll see. Hopefully I don't flip this one over like the Meteor. Oh, it came out so well. No, don't flip all the way over. Come back just a little. It's gonna be close. Hey, I threw it really well. It flipped over and turned more than I wanted, but it came back at the end. It didn't hit anything. So I think I'm gonna be safe on the corner by the short tee. That's not bad. Okay, just as I was hoping for, we caught the right side of the fairway, and we're gonna be able to throw an okay shot up to that manhole maybe. This ended up being such a solid drive. Now if I could just, I'm gonna go KC AVR. This thing is really old. I used it a lot, but I think it's still like somewhat stable if I just throw it flat. Just trying to get to that manhole up there. This was a really decent drive. If I can just get a decent approach shot here, try and attack for par. We'll see what happens. Oh no. Oh, great tree. I didn't give that disc a chance. I turned that over real quick, hit a tree right back in the middle of the fairway. We're alive. It is at this point, shout out to that tree. It is at this point that I have the option of trying to get to the green and putt for par. And you know what, why not? We're gonna break out the Z Surge. I think this will have a little bit of flip, but it shouldn't like burn over. I think I've said that about 3 times today, been proven wrong. I'm gonna throw it like with a little bit of hyzer. I'm gonna play it on the safe side. Oh, I got it. Thank goodness I gave it a hyzer. Wow, go a little bit, disc. Oh, okay, no joke. That actually, so it flipped up, rode a little bit, faded at the end. I think I'm like 40 or 50 short, but I don't know, I might have a putt. Such a solid shot. I can't believe that stayed that straight. That was really decent. This is a great look for par. Oh, it's low the whole entire way to the basket. And it skidded to like 25 feet. That was poop. All right, that Judge is feeling light. I think I hit a lot of trees with it. The good news is we're at New London, so bogey start, somewhat acceptable. On to 3. Hole 3, 385, par 3, birdie opportunity. I've got it framed up real wide, so hopefully you can see the basket down there. I got the Shark 3 here. This one's beat in a little bit. I'm hoping I can throw it hard and flat, get it to turn a little, but then not go out of bounds right. That's a theme on this course, nice and early. So I'm gonna trust it. I'm gonna give it decent bit of speed and decent bit of anhyzer because it's a Shark 3. If I remember, these were pretty stable. Oh, I did just that. Fade out, this could be. Don't kick the way I don't want you to. Ooh, okay, it didn't. It looks like it looked like it was gonna fade super hard. Like it looked like it was fading out right as soon as I put anhyzer. I thought it was gonna be like an ace run. It kind of just kept coasting, but it didn't hit a tree and kick right. It actually got a little bump left at the end, so I think I'm at the bottom of the hill. I'm either out of bounds or I'm at the bottom of the hill for birdie. As I walk down the fairway here, I thought it was funny to give you context on the Shark 3. When I was growing up in disc golf, everybody was throwing rocks. Everybody thought the rock was the coolest thing ever. And I had a Shark from my starter pack, so I was like, what if instead of throwing rocks, I threw Sharks? And everybody has like their baseline rocks and their Rock 3. Well, I'm gonna carry a baseline Shark and a Shark 3. So that's what I did for the longest time. That's kind of the story behind the Shark 3. And guess what? It's just a beadless rock. Yet again, I was spared by about a foot by the out of bounds rope. Very tight. Take my meter off here, get me a little bit closer. Another birdie putt. Well, no, first birdie putt. Another putt. Get in there. Oh, shoved out right. Disc is too late. Got bullied. All right, par. Hole number 4, 286, par 3, up the hill, flex forehand, going with the Star Wraith. This was always a staple in my bag growing up. It still is to this day. Don't throw as much as I used to, but still love the Wraith. See if you can throw a forehand with it. Dang, I threw that pretty well, just didn't turn. Okay, thought that was a little flippier, threw it a little low, but I skipped up into the right path, should be a pretty easy up and down. Also, before I forget, shout out to everybody who gave me forehand advice on the forehand video we did a few weeks ago. If you haven't checked that out, make sure to. Very helpful advice. I took a lot of it to heart and I'm learning, so thank you. Yeah, so we landed in the convenient little walking path. Really not smart to run it from here. You just gotta make sure you hit the gap and get under the basket for par. Just like that. Easy par. Another par, not bad, but now we have 5, 6, 17, 18 to finish. I'm scared. Hole 5 here, quite a long par 4, 708 feet. OB on the top of the hill to the right, bottom of the hill to the left. There's a drainage pond up to the right, that's OB as well. Good roller hole. Good time to break out this Champion Beast. Fun fact about this Champion Beast, so it was one of the earliest discs in my bag and one of the first discs I ever lost and had somebody return it to me. I was devastated and I got a text from somebody who said they found it. I met them at the local disc golf course, they handed it back to me. And that was the first time I really experienced the magic of the disc golf community. It truly was. And I was like, wow, that's so awesome. I lost my favorite disc, I got it back. Somebody was nice enough to give it back to me. So it was pretty cool. It's very flippy now, so should be a good roller disc. That is going really far. Wow, that could be very good. Okay, I pushed it out there really far. We'll have to find out what happened to it when we get up there, but I pushed it out really far and I had a nice angle on it. As long as it didn't cut too hard initially, that could be very good. Could. This is one of the most sloped fairways in all of disc golf. I promise the camera's not crooked. There's always a lot of anticipation on this hole as you walk up to your drive and you're just wondering, did I roll out of bounds? Even if I threw a forehand, did I land and then roll out of bounds? Am I perfect? Did I make it all the way to the drainage ditch and then go out of bounds? It's just a lot of anticipation involved with this walk up this fairway. It's a great hole. Very excited to see how the pros play this one at Worlds next year. Let's see, I'm getting into this might be too far from me territory. Still no sign of it, so we've either thrown my best shot ever or I'm out of bounds 100 feet back from where I am right now. Oh, there she is. Down here on the left, really far up. So there's the drainage pond I was talking about. My disc cut down the hill, but stopped just short of the OB. We're gonna be throwing up into that woods. Chance at birdie. Tried to frame this the best I could, but basically we're just trying to attack something up into the woods as far as we can. Going with the Wraith again. I pushed it nice. Needs to get past that tree. It did. Past another tree. Okay, stop short. Got blocked by a tree, but that's an easy jump up and down for par, and that's a good score on 5. I love how like this is the course where every time I make a par, we're like, but par's good on this hole. Like par is good. Like, no, you're good. Just it's that hard. I did end up a little closer than I thought. That happens typical on this hole. I think it's hard to picture where the basket is, so got a little step putt for birdie. This would be awesome. Oh, The line was true on that. I'm telling you, for whatever reason, pulling the disc to my side, I'm throwing the most accurate steppers I ever have. Just need a little more height on that. That's a par. Okay, and before I go to hole 6 here and get decimated, I wanted a quick shout out. A lot of people ask me where I got this shirt from. I've just had people comment a lot of times. This is from the people that make the bag I use, as in me, I am one of those people. This is from Atlas Disc Golf Supply. So I link it in the description, atlasdgs.com. You can pick up this cool parked shirt. People ask sometimes, so I thought I would share, that's all. Hole 6, this is where the fun truly begins. Par 5, 1,275 feet. Fun fact, Hunter and I went out here the other day to try to shoot a video. We tried birdieing it by ourselves, and we were out here for 2.5 hours probably. Didn't even get remotely close. We kind of had the first shot down, second shot, so difficult. I'm gonna try to make par today. If I birdied it, nobody would believe me, and they shouldn't, because I'm lying. If I say I birdied this hole today, I'm lying. I'm a liar, I can't do it. I'm gonna go with the Gateway Blaze here. Fun fact about this disc, the reason I bought a Gateway disc back in the day is because I was infatuated with Nico Locastro, heavily associated with them. Don't know what that was all about, don't know why, just was, and he was really good back then. So I got the Gateway Blaze. It's overstable, it's a mid-range and a driver. 2 for 1. So it's a pretty cool disc, honestly, until I throw it into the woods, then I'm just gonna leave it. Oh, it flips now. Oh shoot, everything flips now. Get down. Well, I went straight through the corner. I'm not sure if I reached the OB or not, but I mean, I gave it a little bit of hyzer because I was like, time hasn't been friendly to these discs. I'm sure it'll flip a little bit, but that was, I mean, that disc was overstable for me when I was 14. Makes sense. As expected, I went through the corner about 20 feet in, out of bounds, taking it off the OB. I can't really tell where the OB line is. There's like a flag and a pole, but close enough. We're gonna go Orion LS here. I liked the way this disc flew earlier. I'm gonna try and just flip it up and try and keep it in the middle. This is the shot that is so hard on this hole, especially for me who cannot throw hyzer flips to save their lives. Okay, came out low, but it was forgiving. I'll take that all day long. Wasn't the best throw in the world, but it got like 280, 300 down there and it's in the middle. We'll take it. So we've got a good look at the corner here. The goal now is we threw 1, drop 2, through 3. We're gonna get 4 around the corner, 5 on, putt 6, bogey. As I said before, bogey would be great. I'm gonna try the Avery Jenkins T-Bird. This is not the original one I had. I think my brother lost that one. This one only weighs like 160 grams. I found it in the used section the other day. Figured it would come in handy for this. I really hope it doesn't flip over. It's not too beat in, and lightweight doesn't necessarily always mean flippy, and it's really domey. So I'm hoping if I throw it on plenty of hyzer and hard, it won't flip over. Seems like a theme in this video, doesn't it? Like, we all know where this is going. Straight right, but we're gonna try it anyways. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, it's so good. Oh my gosh. Okay, it was plenty stable. It gave a little flip up, it pushed. I mean, that's what I would have wanted that disc to do if I knew what it do. What it do? What it did. I think that might be perfect. I'm not sure if I pushed quite far enough forward, but it's left. That was great, that flew awesome. All right, approaching my lie here. Right on the edge, whoops. Right on the edge of the woods. Only about 250 in, this is pretty good. All right. The challenge here is now I have to throw this difficult step out flex forehand over the OB. I'm gonna go with the Orion LS again. Just gotta make sure I give it enough distance. This is a very difficult shot for me. Go disc, go disc, go. Oh, short. Just didn't quite have what it took there. That's a shame. Well, didn't clear it. Got to take it from where it crossed over the initial OB line, but at least I have an excuse to throw this cool Nova now. We'll just try and throw it in. Things were really going well there. That's a bummer. Missed that tree. Oh gosh. That's a 30-footer. Giving myself a nice long putt for triple bogey now. I think this is just outside. Too high. Quadruple bogey. Don't you just love it? Hole 6 never fails to disappoint. It derails even the most mediocre of rounds. Yes. As we continue our walk through the torture chamber that is New London, we now arrive at 17, holding on for dear life. I'm gonna go with the leopard now. Used to throw the leopard a lot. I used to throw pro leopards. That was my jam. Then I've had a star leopard for a while. Very forgiving flippy disc. Gonna try and just punch it down the fairway. with my specialty shot, hyzer flip. Oh, I kind of roasted it. Where did that branch come from? It never amazes me that a disc flying that pure and that fast can be stopped dead in its tracks by a branch that can't be more than 1/4 of an inch in width, diameter, whatever. I mean, that was shot out of the sky. That is so sad. Just so you're aware, that sorry excuse for a twig is what just absolutely bodied my disc that was on the way to greatness. It's kind of just a scramble and hope type play now. I'm gonna try and forehand a T-bird and get sneaky with it. Get around that tree. Ooh, yes. Wow. Dude, 158 gram T-bird might be on its way to my bag. That thing is insane. That's all the way up there into the right fairway. I might save par. That was really nice. I'm sort of on the inside part of the right fairway here, so the hyzer's pinched, so I'm gonna go forehand again with the Meteor this time. This should be pretty simple. Well, to get to the basket, it might be tough here. That's a very aggressive amount of anhyzer. Kind of rolled up a little bit. Yeah, I needed something more stable. This bag doesn't offer a lot of that. Probably should have just thrown the T-bird again. It rolled out probably like 45 feet. That's not bad. Forehand for par. That didn't work. I don't even know if you could see me on that forehand attempt for par, but I got back there and was like, oh, I don't even have a look at this barely. Bogey. Bogey is the result. All right, made it to the final hole of the day, hole 18, 850 foot par 4. Can't really reach it. Hey, not too bad today. I'll give myself a, a lot of these discs were pretty understable for me these days, but I used them when I was 14 and they've been beat up a lot, so that's fair enough. So honestly, I'm kind of impressed with my 14-year-old self that I wasn't throwing just straight beef, just crazy overstable stuff, because that's kind of what I do nowadays and it's not super smart. But I had a good time, a good trip down memory lane. Let me know if you want me to replicate other bags that I've had in my lifetime in the comments. I would say the other one that would come to mind would be like me replicating my college bag, because I was all Prodigy. And well, not all, for a lot of it, it wasn't all Prodigy, but it was a lot of Prodigy. It would be an interesting one to replicate. That's the only other one that comes to mind. So let me know if you want to see that. We're gonna just finish out with a nice par on 18. We're going with the T-bird. Look at the stability on that thing. Just drop down there. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. That T-bird is delightful. Let this be a lesson. If you're scared of lighter weight discs, lightweight doesn't just mean flippy. Now in the wind, it's not gonna do so great, but that 158 gram Star T-bird is every bit as stable as a max weight one. Just flexed it and it flexed right out of it. And it's easier to throw. It doesn't hurt your arm. You get a little more distance. Don't be scared of the lightweight stuff. It's a lot of fun to throw. Sorry for the undoubtedly jarring change of lighting. I just arrived into the sunlight playing this round pretty early in the morning. That shirt's never gonna be like that again. Okay, just trying to hyzer it around the corner. Dude, that Orion LS, I'll tell you what. Whew, Millennium plastic is sick. Well, it's just Innova plastic. That Orion and this T-bird, both bag candidates. They're so good. One last up and down here. Gonna try and get this par, going with the Judge. That was, okay, that wasn't great. I tried to give it anhyzer to fight the slope of the hill, just kind of threw it short and low. It wasn't really good, but I think it's like a 30-footer. 30 feet down the hill for par. Just cowardly, straight into the pole. Oh my gosh. That's gonna do it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed. I enjoyed taking that trip down memory lane. It was really fun checking out what some of those discs I used to know what they did, and now they do different things. I throw different, all that stuff. So I think I ended up shooting like 8 over through 8 holes, which in true New London fashion, it's like I feel like I threw okay, made some nice pars, but New London doesn't care about how you feel. It's 8 over, have fun, enjoy the ride home. That's just kind of how this course works. Very difficult. It doesn't help when you take a quadruple bogey. Once again, I appreciate all the support this channel has been getting. It's been really, really fun making these videos. Always let me know in the comments what videos you want to see next. I appreciate all feedback that you can give me. And of course, I will be back next Monday with another upload, so I will see you then.